Hey guys, I thought I would share my markups for MES this week, and I would love for you to share where your thoughts are and if you have anything marked differently. I'm still kind of figuring her out and my chart analysis out. So just looking at the daily, kind of what I've marked out, I've got a really long bullish trend line coming up here. My trend lines are dotted. So I have one ascending, and then I mark the all-time high, and I have a descending trend line here. So what's interesting is I kind of stopped trading MES around here when I was having like really good movement and success. And you can see that kind of since the end of November, she's just not been making a lot of progress, and it was actually getting much tighter up and through here into the beginning of January. Then we saw this break point here, and she's been kind of pushing up more, but still not able to go over that all-time high. She actually hasn't broke 7,000. I don't know why it shows that there. Or she went, yeah, she hasn't broken 7,000. That's kind of a level that they're talking about that she's trying to break but hasn't been able to. And then we've had a couple of nicer runs, and I feel like she's kind of trying to push down more. So now we're in a bearish market. I'm trying to get my words straight here. But at the same time, you can see that she's coming into this wedge here, right? She's compressing down and coming into a wedge. So if we didn't have the wildness of what happened this weekend, it would have been interesting to see over the couple, the next week or so, what she was going to do in here. But alas, today's market open, I think, is going to change that. So that's what I have there. I have two BPRs marked out here. I marked them out in my purple. And that's kind of where I start on the daily. Then I go down to the 4 hour. Let's make some more room here. And I've got marked off 4 hour support and resistance here. So this is 69.64, 69.30, 68.70, or is that, no, that one's a 1 hour. 4 hour, 68.93.50. You can see the BPRs here. You can see kind of what she's done in them. And then I go down to the 1 hour. There's nothing else to really mark on these trend lines. The 1 hour, I added this area of support and resistance here that you can see she's been playing on at 68.70. This one here where she pulled down past, I'll talk about this in a second. 67.91 where she's come down and pushed back up. 6,800, what we'd kind of be looking for today at market open. I think she's going to be already like opened gap down to here or past here. If she breaks past 6,800, I think she's going to go down. I have this level marked here, 67.50, point of interest. This is from back. Actually, we'd have to like scroll really far back to like November, before we had this long push back up to go bullish. So if she breaks past the 67.50, then I think that's more than just a deep pullback. If she comes down here, this could just be a deep pullback. If she really breaks below 6,700, this is a psychological level here. Then we're going down. We're yelling timber. So those are levels here that I kind of have marked to watch. This 6,800 has been kind of like a support level here that she's been, coming at and testing periodically and not wanting to break. So I think these here are kind of important to have an idea of like, if she's going past these, what's going to happen as a result of that. I don't really mark that much with like fair value gaps and stuff. I'm trying to still figure out like how much I want to mark on the chart with MES. The trend lines act like levels of support and resistance with MES, at least the way I see them. So I think those are really important to have. And then, you know, we can kind of keep coming down. I don't really mark that much more. You can see like where the BPR is, like the top of it are being used as like levels of like support and resistance as well. So just seeing that on my chart, I don't need to add another line to it, because that's already visually there. I can see at those levels, you know, what she's doing. Something that I do mark with there are the key sessions. So I use this indicator here, key levels and sessions, high and lows, are really important because she really responds off of previous day highs and lows for sessions. So it only marks off a small area. So what I'll do, I left this one to be marked, is I'll take my line tool and I'll come here and I'll just extend it in the same color. So like my brain's been trained to know what those colors mean. So that's the New York low, London low, the weekly and monthly low. I don't really mark those. I need to find, I'm going too far. I'm in 1 minute. I need to find that, there it is. London low. And mark that. London high, London low, New York low, New York high was Friday's New York high. Was here. I don't know why it's not being marked right now by the indicator. Oh, because there it is. She actually went up even higher. There. New York high. There you go. She's just a little slow this morning like me. So those are all levels that I'd have marked. So I think she's gonna be opened really gapped, and it'll be interesting to see what she does coming down here and stuff. So that's what I have on my chart. Let me know what you have on your chart and what you're seeing.